Hey, I'm Jack Hranicka. We're out here with MicroStar. How'd they find me? They gone. Okay, they going there. I'm Jack Hranicka. I'm MicroStar's intern. We're out here today at Tivoli Brewing at the MSU Denver campus to get a flavor for what goes on behind the scenes at a craft brewery and at MSU's Beer Industry Education Program. Well, let's go head inside. We're here today with Mr. Hehir. He is the operator of Tivoli Brewery. Tivoli is one of the most historic breweries in America. Can you walk us through some of the history and how it affects you today?
Well, Tivoli is actually the oldest brewery in Colorado. Actually, the oldest brewery west of the Missouri. They started building it in 1859. Unfortunately, the brewery closed in 1969. But we resurrected this current brewery inside the original building 3 years ago in 2015. So a lot of history, a lot of heritage, and right up until the 50s it was still the largest brewery in Colorado, larger than our neighbours up in Golden.
While interning at MicroStar, I've learned that quality is one of the most important things to the brewing industry. Can you walk us through the importance of quality here?
It's absolutely crucial. Without quality you have nothing. So because of that, we put a tremendous amount of time and effort into our quality program. We partner heavily with the school here, with MSU Denver and their brewing industry program. We test our beer at each stage in the process, so before it ever goes anywhere near a MicroStar keg, it's been thoroughly tested. Even after it goes in the keg, we have tests before it's released. All of that QA, QC work is done in the labs here by the MSU team, so it's absolutely crucial to us.
What has a MicroStar partnership meant for Tivoli?
It's made our life a lot easier. Prior to using MicroStar, we had our own float. We were always chasing down kegs, managing our inventory. So now, we concentrate what we're best at, and that's making great beer. And we let MicroStar take care of the kegs and the logistics. It makes life much simpler.
Can you explain your partnership with the MSU Denver's Beer Industry Education Program?
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, we partner very heavily with the school. I mean, most of our brewers have come through that program. All of our interns have come through that program. So we partner very heavily with them, whether it be in the labs, doing the QA, QC work, lecturing. Our head brewer teaches a class. We jointly fund an employee who both brews with us and does all the QA, QC work. So wherever there's opportunity, either on campus or out in the market, we're always looking to partner with the school.
What does the future of Tivoli look like? What are you guys planning on doing in the next 3 to 5 years here?
Well, we've been around for a long time. Who knows what the next 3.5 to 5 years looks like. We're obviously growing quickly. We've just installed a new can line. So we're going to be releasing cans this month. Most of our business is still draft, so the keg business is really important to us. So, I'd see, maybe 3 years out, we've probably maxed out our capacity in this facility. We now have our new facility out at the airport, which is really just a small pilot brewery, but allows us to do our experimental work out there and concentrate on production here. So, who knows what the future brings, but maybe we'll add to our existing 2 breweries within the next 3 to 5 years.
Could you talk to us a little bit more about Tivoli DIA?
Yeah, that just opened in November, right before Thanksgiving. It's a 3.5 barrel system. We do double batches, so we're producing 7 barrels at a time. We produce beer both for the airport location, and then also, as I mentioned, we use it as a pilot brewery. It allows us to experiment with new brews, and that really kind of fits in with the school. We have students out there helping us. They're bringing new ideas, new recipes. We have many old heritage recipes that we brew here. That's the old piece. Where it meets the new is the innovation and the ideas coming through the school and the partnership. So without putting it on the big system here, we get to play out at the airport and test the recipes, refine the recipes, and some of them we'll launch as products. Some of them we'll just keep in our recipe book and bring them out occasionally. So airport, not only from a visibility standpoint, but just as a as a pilot brewery is very important to us.
Awesome. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for being with us. All right. So now that we've finished talking with Tivoli Brewery, we're going to head across the hall down here to the Beer Industry Education Lab. So we're here with Ms. Katie Strain. She works here in the MSU Beer Lab. Is that correct? Okay. Can you explain what your role here is and what your favorite aspect of that role is?
Yeah, so I am the lab manager for the commercial quality control lab that we have here on campus. We'll be opening in about a month, and we'll be able to take in beers, wine, spirit samples from anybody who wants to send us stuff. I love it because I love the variety, seeing all the different types of samples coming in, and I love that we're helping the industry. Quality control is huge right now because competition is big, and quality is very important. That kind of determines who's going to be here in 5 years and 10 years.
And so MicroStar has sponsored several lab pieces of equipment down here. What has that partnership meant to you guys here?
I mean, it's huge. Just getting the equipment, it really increases what offerings we can provide, and also student training. So, when the students get to learn on different pieces of equipment, that enhances their education, and then also they're more prepared when they go out into the workforce. They see the equipment already in labs and they already know how to use it.
All right, so we're here today with Dr. Ethan Sy. He's going to show us some of the cool instruments around the lab today. But first, would you like to tell us what you do around here?
Sure. So I am one of the instructors for the Beer Industry Program at Metropolitan State University of Denver. I'm in a unique position where I am the acting director of quality control for Tivoli Brewing across the hall, and I'm also one of the instructors for the Beer Industry Program. We have the entire full complement of TTB rated laboratory equipment, and we do full spectral analysis for beer, wine, cider, and hopefully we'll be doing spirits soon as well.
Do you homebrew?
Yes, I homebrew quite a bit. Naturally, as a PhD chemist, when you go to graduate school, you're paid enough to live, but you're not paid enough to live well. So naturally, if you wanted to drink good beer, just like any other home brewer back in the day, you brew it on your own. Those of us in graduate school for chemistry and biochemistry, we figured we could do it. And the answer is sometimes.
That sounds a lot better than math class, actually.
I'm not going to lie, yeah. It's a lot better than
thinking of transferring now. So over here we have a piece of equipment that MicroStar has sponsored. It is actually super space age, very cool. It is a radar gun that detects what type of metal things are made of just by shooting them.
Let's go ahead and shoot at stuff. All right. If we want, hey, look at that. We can take a look at our MacBook Pro. Let's just see what this guy looks like. This is touted, I should say, as aircraft grade aluminum. And if you take a look at what our XRF pops up with, it's aluminum. So there you go. Great, fantastic. Let's go take a look at a keg then. Obviously, our kegs are well worn, right? Obviously, fairly well loved by our students. And let's just say, for sake of argument, you're looking around here at the top, there's a lot of abrasion that's gone on. Here, we have no idea, right, what's going on here. You can see that some of the students have already acid pitted some of this stuff. All right, I mean, how bad is this? We can take a look. So let's just go ahead, swipe over to the right, go to the live view camera, and now we can go ahead and take a look at, there's the M from the MicroStar. So let's go over to this terribly pitted area here. Let's just take a peek. All righty, so let's just take a look at the image here. So yeah, I was basically taking a look at that fairly pitted portion in the middle. Still comes back though as 304. So the XRF is saying this might have some surface abrasion, but the underlying metal underneath there, still 304, still good. So I don't have to worry about the integrity of the actual shell. This is one of the reasons why we like to use the MicroStar shells.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm just trying to see what kind of metal this is made of. Thanks for watching this episode of Ask MicroStar's Intern. We'll see you next time. Cheers.